Welcome to another Slider Games Warhammer 40,000 battle report. We are here on the planet Aun's Respite. It was a former Imperial world until diplomacy swayed them to the greater good. And lately, my custom T'au Sept Sunars has been using this world to launch their attacks across the system onto Space Hulks and other various places. But while Commander Bravestand and Skyfire are away, our Ethereal Aun Lee is running the planet, and unfortunately for him, some Dark Angels have showed up to reclaim this world for the Emperor and perhaps punish those who would hand it over. Maybe a Fallen or something was involved in that. But in our 1250 point open war mission, we are doing Storm Their Lines. This is a pretty basic one. There are 3 objectives in each deployment zone, 1, 2, 3 over here. This is actually the Dark Angel deployment zone. And then swinging over to the T'au deployment, we've got 1 here by this building, 1 here, and 1 up on that roof. For scoring, you get 1 point if you hold an objective in your own deployment zone, or 2 points if you hold the objective in your opponent's deployment zone. And then our twist is Champion. So 1 model in your army gets +2 wounds, +2 attacks, +1 to its strength and toughness. So we've got some fierce warriors coming here to battle today in the streets and in control of the Dark Angels. Austin.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
All right, perfect. So we got Dark Angels this time. You like Dark Angels? Is that accurate?
Yes.
So they're your only Space Marines. Is that true?
Yeah, they're also probably my largest army.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And you have several armies. This is the
Yes.
4th different army you've brought to the channel.
Is it?
Yeah, you did Catachan, Tyranids,
oh,
Gene Seer Cults,
yes it is.
and now the Dark Angels are here for the Emperor, and possibly to see if there are any Fallen lurking in the streets of Aun's Respite.
Hopefully I'll get my first win. I've done terrible every game I've been on the channel.
Well, we will see. But let's first take a look at the armies. This is 1,250 points exactly of Sunars, which we are a T'au Sept. We follow the T'au tenets, which means we get to reroll a hit or wound roll every time we attack, and our aura abilities are extended by 3 inches. And in charge today, our warlord is Aun Lee. He normally doesn't take charge, but with both Bravestand and Skyfire off-world, he's running the show here today. His warlord trait is through Unity Devastation, so any core units within 9 inches of him, since he's a T'au Sept, will get an extra AP -1 on wound rolls of 6. He has the Humble Stave Relic, which allows him to do 2 invocations per turn, and they go off on 2s. And the 2 invocations he has are Wisdom of the Guides, which farms command points basically, and Sense of Stone, which he can dole out a 5-up Fiona Pan essentially. And then he is accompanied by 2 gun drones. Our other HQ is a Cadre Fireblade. I spent a command point to give him Ortu's Lantern, which gives him extra marker light shots, and then he's accompanied by 2 marker drones. Behind them, we've got 3 squads of 10 Fire Warriors with 2 gun drones each. Then jumping back here, we've got a squad of 10 Pathfinders, 2 gun drones, Pulse Accelerator drone, and a Recon drone. So that's some more marker light support. A 3-man squad stealth team, Fusion Blaster on the Chazvray, Burst Cannons on the other 2 guys. They have 2 gun drones. And then a squad of Crisis Suits. We're going with the 2 Fusion Blasters and a Missile Pod again. And our Chazvray here is our champion. So he will be Strength 6, Toughness 6. With 6 wounds, 2 extra attacks, which I don't know how effective that will be, but they have 3 gun drones with them. And then behind them we have a Devilfish with smart missiles and an accelerator burst cannon. That'll be transporting one of our Fire Warrior squads. And then finally a Riptide. He's got multi-tracker, early warning override, and something else. But yeah, he's got the heavy burst cannon and smart missiles as well. Yeah, that's it. 1,250 points. No railguns and no crisis commanders. Let's see what Aun Lee can do with the forces he has at hand here on Aun's Respite. Let's take a look at the Dark Angels. this is 1,250 points exactly of the Dark Angels. You have 2 detachments, and who's in charge of your force here?
So, in my vanguard attachment, we have Samael as the warlord. He is taking the warlord trait, Master of Maneuver, which allows him to fall back, shoot, and charge.
Nice.
Then, in terms of fast attack, we have 3 bike squads. Melta guns on the normal guys, Combi Melta on the sergeants, and then we have an attack bike squad. 3 multi Meltas.
Much Melta here today.
Yes, and then in the vanguard detachment, we have my chaplain as the HQ. He knows the litanies Canticle of Hate and Litany of Hate. He's very hateful today.
Yes.
He is equipped with the Crozius and a Combi Melta. And then for our elites, we have a 2-man Terminator Command Squad unit with Thunderhammer Storm Shields, a Deathwing Knight squad, and the sergeant here will be my champion.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a Ravenwing Apothecary. I spent the points to make him, not Master of Sanctity, what am I thinking? The Chief Apothecary.
Yeah.
And then I also spent a command point to give him a warlord trait, and he is the Selfless Healer.
Sweet. That's awesome. I love bikes, so this is really cool. So yeah, very fast, a lot of AP, high damage. Should be interesting. Let's take a look at deployment. And we are deployed here. Sunars down here on this side. We have Aun Lee, the Ethereal, and a squad of Fire Warriors on this objective. Our Devilfish with another squad of Fire Warriors here in the middle with the Pathfinders right near the point of our deployment zone. The Riptide's back here. He can fly up and over this building, so he can go either way. Basically, we've got 2 alleys to fire down that we're looking at right now. And then a Fire Warrior team on top of this roof on the objective, and the Cadre Fireblade down here. He'll be able to jump up onto the roof if those Fire Warriors move forward. And then finally, our stealth team's up here forward deployed on this roof. And we do have our Crisis team in Mantihold ready to come down and lend some support. So yeah, we have these 2 firing lanes. But as you can see, there's not a lot visible for the T'au right here. We do have the attack bike squad a little bit exposed, but everything else is, I wouldn't say hiding behind buildings, but strategically advancing through the streets. What's the idea here with the Dark Angels?
Move up and shoot. It's gonna be. I'm gonna try and go for a surgical approach.
Mm-hmm.
Just try and take out key targets. Big bad switches your entire army.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and you have a few things held back in reserve. What's off the board for you?
Terminators. Anything in Terminator armor.
Anything in Terminator armor is waiting to deep strike in. But yeah, a lot of speed, a lot of movement here. So the Dark Angels can move forward rapidly and then deep strike anywhere they need support, which is pretty awesome flexibility. Movement is super, super important. I will note in this, with this objective, you do score every turn, so we will be able to score at the end of our turns in Battle Round 1, and the scoring is then at the end of each of our turns we score. But that is our deployment. We're racing forward here just to get into the lines of the enemy and disperse them from the streets. That's our main objective here. So if you would like, do you have a die, sir?
Yes, I do.
All right, let's roll here and see who can choose to go first or second.
Oh, please.
Guess first. A 4,
Okay.
That's respectable. A 2.
I'm taking first turn.
I couldn't believe it. All right, I thought for sure. Yeah,
Wait,
for sure.
before you cut the camera,
Yeah.
I am going to spend 2 CP.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-game move with these guys, 14 inches.
Okay, sweet. We'll come back and see where they end up. Movement phase has concluded. There was actually quite a bit of pregame movement. So he spent the 2 command points, and the attack bikes shifted up, got an extra move. I selected Montcaw, which allowed my Devilfish to move 9 inches before the game started, and my Pathfinders also had a 7-inch pregame move. So the Pathfinders shifted back and the Devilfish went this way, and then with their regular move, the attack bikes filled the gap that had been vacated by the Devilfish and the Pathfinders. But we've got a bike squad shifting up this way. They advanced, and
they have been chapter mastered.
Yeah, so. And they automatically advanced 6.
Yep.
And then the other bike squad and the Apothecary and Samael went here in the middle. And then finally we had this bike squad shift down to try to shoot at the stealth team. And then finally, since it is not matched play, we've got the Chaplain and the, what are these guys called again?
Deathwing Knights.
Deathwing Knights have deep struck into the backfield here. And you spend another 2 command points so that he could automatically activate a litany. So Litany of Hate on the Knights there, eyeing up a charge possibly into the Riptide. And then way down here in the back,
we're camping.
They came to hang out here and hold this objective in the backfield. So the other 2 objectives in the Dark Angels deployment are open at this point. But yeah, the T'au are fully surrounded actually at this point. The only thing kind of in the clear are the stealth team up on the roof, but we've got Dark Angels all around us. Let's go on to the shooting phase. We are kicking off the shooting with some multi-meltas going into the poor Devilfish. So 6 shots. I'll note also the bolters are going to go into the Pathfinders here, but we'll start with the meltas. 6 shots hitting on 3s.
Come on, baby. Missing 2.
Okay.
I won't command point any.
All right. Need 3s to wound here. That is 3.
How many wounds does it have?
It has 12 wounds. Let me double check just to make sure. So it does have 13 wounds, electing not to reroll anything, so it just needs to roll 13
damage.
Here. Minimum 9, though, at this range.
Yep, so that's going to be
4.
That's 6.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yep, dead.
Dead. Okay. Does he explode?
Explode. You won't.
He won't. Okay. No explosion. We'll see who can survive leaping out of this fiery wreck. And then we'll shoot some Pathfinders. We're back after a little bit of more small arms firing. We lost 2 drones and a fire warrior here when they came out of the explosion of the Devilfish. Small arms took out 1 Pathfinder, the recon drone, and 2 gun drones. That's from both the attack bikes and the bike squad right there firing in. These guys also got shot at by the Apothecary, and this bike squad lost another guy to the Apothecary. And now we have Samael down there firing up into the stealth team. So he is -1 to hit them because they are stealthy.
Okay. So first the Twin Storm Bolter into the Pathfinders.
Oh yeah, the Storm Bolter is going down here into these Fire Warriors.
4 shots, hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s. There's a 1, 3.
Strength 4, so winning on 3s.
3s. 3 wounds.
So that's going to be 3 at no AP.
No AP. Let's try to take the 1. There's 1 guy in cover, so a 3 up, dead, and then a 4 up, 2 dead. Okay. 2 guys die down there, and then into our stealth team.
So the Mastercrafted Plasma Cannon, heavy D3 shots. 1 shot.
1 shot.
How many wounds do they have apiece?
They're 2 wounds each. I could just kill a drone though. So.
Oh yeah, true. Okay, so in that case, hitting on a 3 because they're stealthy.
Yep. It does hit. Toughness is 4.
Well, winning on 2s then.
Okay.
Good. AP -4.
AP
Actually, AP -5 because it's
Devastator. That's a drone. All right.
And then, hold on, I'm going to shoot at them with that squad. If you just want to get that on camera.
Oh yeah, these guys are going to fire up into the stealthy boys.
I'll shoot my bolters first, I guess. I'm rapid fire, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 on 3s.
Yep. 4s because it's stealth.
That's right. I'm glad I did not advance them.
Well, you can only
3 misses though.
Okay, that's good.
So on 4s.
4s to win.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4.
4. AP, no AP on these.
No AP. Not yet.
I could take 2 up saves. Let's take 2 up saves on the suits themselves. And there's a 1. I want to spend a command point. Try to save that. Okay.
Okay.
So no damage, down to 10 command points.
Meltas.
And then Meltas, yep.
So on 3s.
1. It does blow up the drone. All right, I think we've got a little bit more shooting in the back. We'll come back and see what happens there. Moving to the back here, our chaplain is firing the Melta, part of his combi Melta, into the Riptide. It will hit on a 3. That hits. Strength, or toughness 7, so 3 to wound.
All right.
It does wound.
Wounds.
It's got a 4 up invulnerable save, and I've already spent my command point. He fails. So D6. For 5.
Wounds.
All right, he is down to 9. 9 wounds left on the Riptide. Okay, let's see what's next. Charge phase is underway. The attack bikes came in over here. We actually rolled the charge for them and then remembered that they advanced, so they didn't get to charge. But the attack bikes, it's still going to be tough sledding there for the old Pathfinders. But the big show, the Knights, Deathwing Knights, that's what they're called, right?
Yep.
Deathwing Knights, they're going to charge this guy. With the Canticle, they only need a 7. But since I have an early warning override, I'm firing Overwatch for free. I've got 12 shots, hitting on 5s. Let's see what we can do. That's not bad. That was 5 hits. Normally this is strength 6, toughness 4 would wound on a 3, but the Deathwing Knights can only be wounded on a 4. So these are 4s. That was good. And I want to re-roll this with T'au Sept.
Oh no.
Okay. And I am in Montcaw, and you are the closest unit.
No?
Oh no, you're not the closest unit. Okay, so I don't get to re-roll that one. But that is 4 wounds at AP minus... Yeah, AP minus 2. Again, I was thinking, but yeah, not the closest. Okay, so 3 up saves. These are 2 damage each.
All right.
1 fails, 1 takes 2 wounds. And then I do have 8 smart missiles to fire in. We'll go ahead and do these real quick. Hit on 5s. Oh wow, that was another 5 hits. These are wounding on 4s again. That is 3 wounds, AP minus 1, so 2 ups.
3 wounds, you said?
3 of them, yep.
Of course.
There's a 1 in there. Okay, so they do... You could command point it. You have
I want to
5
save
left.
it in case I fail this charge.
Oh yeah,
so.
good point, good point. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll it. You only need a 7 because of the Canticle. That's a 5 and a 4.
That's a 9.
That is a 9.
They
They are
need the
in.
Canticle.
We will see how they do. Charges are complete. They made it in. Just to note, the fence there were not. That's just decorative. It did not slow them down. He also made it in to the Cadre Fireblade, but we're kicking off the fight phase over here. Spent 2 more command points on no foe too great to subdue. So +1 to the wounding. His invulnerable save will. It also adds AP, but his invulnerable save will kick in either way. So we're starting with our champion, the sergeant with the flail. With the champion mod, he goes up to strength 7 on toughness 7, which would be a 4 to wound, but with the stratagem, 3s to wound here. Hitting on 2s.
Oh no, the stratagem only counts for the Mason.
Oh,
Absolute.
I'm sorry. Okay.
So, unfortunately, I'm not wounding on 3s.
Okay, so he'll still wound on 4s, but he's going to swing first, see if he can kill this thing.
So, hitting on 2s. Oh, all of them hit. What do you know?
He only has 4 attacks.
Yes, 3 base +1 for shock assault.
+2 for...
Oh yeah, shoot.
So roll
You're
2
right.
more, because he's a champion. Okay,
So,
and they all
2
hit.
more.
Okay, gross. I shouldn't have said that. No.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then wounding you on 4s.
Wounding on 4s.
That's 1.
That is 5 wounds. AP, well, it's 4 up invulnerable save. Are these 1 damage each?
2 damage.
2 each. He could die, actually. But he has not died yet. He's taken 4 more. He's down to 5 wounds. I don't see this working out well for the Riptide.
You ready? On 2s.
These are the maces. That's
Oh, they
good.
all
They
hit.
all hit. And these will wound
Wound on 2s.
2s, yeah. Because they're basically thunder
Wow.
hammers. Okay. we got?
And this is a 6 over here.
6.
So.
All right, 6 4-up saves. I've got 5 wounds left. How much damage did I do?
3 damage apiece.
Okay.
Maybe the command
I've
point
gotta
was a
save
bit excessive,
4.
but...
I've got to save 4 of these 4-ups. Even if I command point reroll, it will not save him. Does he explode?
Explode. Oh.
Okay, no explosion, but the Riptide crumbles beneath the pummeling of the Deathwing Knights. Let's see the next T'au unit to get massacred in combat. Combat has ended. Over here, the Chaplain took out a drone. No damage done back. The bikes took out a drone, and then the Pathfinders did 1 damage back to the bikes. But that does conclude turn 1 for the Deathwing and the Raven Wing. And yeah, that's all you have is Deathwing and Raven Wing. Sweet. They do get 1 point, the 2 Terminators back there on the 1 objective, so it will be 1-0 heading into T'au turn 1. We are part of the way into the shooting phase. I spent a command point on point blank volley on the Pathfinders. They took 2 wounds off of one of the attack bikes firing their regular pulse carbines in. And then I went ahead and spent 2 more command points down here on pulse onslaught and coordinated engagement. Pulse onslaught lets 6s automatically wound with these guys. And they've coordinated an engagement with this other Fire Warrior team up on this roof, firing in here. And you'll notice there's only 1 guy left. They actually fired in and killed 3 of them and took 1 wound off the champion. So now I'm going to fire in with this squad. They are all in rapid fire range, so 20 shots into this guy. And with the AP buffs from these things, he'll be at a 3-up save when he saves on these. So we got 4s to hit. We'll come back with the results. That was 10 hits after my T'au Sept reroll, so wounding on 4s. We've got 5 wounds.
Well, that might be enough.
3-up saves. He's got 4 wounds left because he is the champion.
I make them all.
Makes them all. All right. So he
chin.
survives another round of shooting. Moving along, these 6 Fire Warriors fired down into that bike squad. No damage done. Swinging over here to the last stuff I have to shoot. I did spend 2 command points on drop threat acquisition on this squad when they came in. But we're going to start here with the stealth team since the only thing they can shoot is this bike squad. We'll start with the fusion blaster on the Chasvray.
Hold up.
Holding up.
What's the range on the weapons for the battle suits?
The battle suits, 30 inches on the missile pods and 18 inches on the fusion blasters.
Okay, I'm going to spend a command point on my bike squad right there.
Okay.
Skilled riders, you have -1 to hit them.
Okay. Is that for everybody?
Everybody in this unit right here.
Okay, so anybody targeting that unit just has that. Okay, so this will be a 5 to hit with the fusion blaster. That is a failed hit. I'm going to spend my T'au Sept reroll though. Still misses. Okay, we'll shoot some burst cannons and then come back with the crisis team. Our burst cannons from the stealth team did 1 damage. We are going to go ahead and fire everything from the crisis team into these guys. I need to wipe them out. So I have 6 shots with my missile pods, hitting on 5s. That is 2. I want to save the wound. Save this rerolls for the fusion blasters. 3s to wound. That is 2 wounds. Got AP -3 actually because of Montcalm.
4-up Jenkins Von.
Okay, 1 goes through. That they're 2 damage each, so it would kill the bike unless you want to reroll.
No.
Okay, so they take out 1 bike. And now we will go to the 6 fusion blasters, hitting on 5s. That's 2 hits. Let's go ahead and reroll 1 of these. With T'au Sept does not work. All right, 2, strength 8, 3s to wound. And I spent my T'au Sept reroll, and I don't get to reroll that because it's a 2. So 1 at AP -5, so 4 up. What you make. Okay, so they have survived. We'll fire some drones in, but that will be pretty much it for the T'au. Let's see what happens. We are officially at the conclusion of Battle Round 1. The drones shot in. They did actually take a wound off. I charged with my stealth team. The idea is I don't want their objective secured. So I don't want them coming back and stealing this objective from me. I want to try to hold this as long as I can, getting 2 points. So they're there just to tie them up. No damage was done either way in combat, though. Swinging over here, I lost 3 more Pathfinders. I actually got 4 wounds through against these guys, but they made all their saves, so I didn't get to kill that one guy. And they did pass their morale. So with that, at the end of battle round 1, the T'au have 5 points. 1 for this objective, 1 for this one, 1 for that, and then 2 for the one back in the Dark Angel deployment zone. So it is 5-1 heading into Dark Angel's turn 2. Movement has concluded for the Dark Angels. You spend a command point to move him twice, which got him in range of this guy to heal him and revive one of the dead Terminators. So that's why he's at full wounds, and there's an extra one. Command point was spent on the attack bike so they can fall back. Hit and run warfare, I think it's called. They can fall back and shoot. This bike squad moved closer this way. They're in rapid fire, that Fire Warrior team. And then the rest of everything shifted back to engage the Crisis team. And this bike squad did stay in combat with the stealth suits. And then our 2 campers back there are still camping, scoring points. But that's it. Yeah, so the T'au are still... They're in a tough spot. Oh, the chaplain, he jumped up top. His idea is shoot down to kill the Cadre Fireblade, charge the Fire Warriors on the rooftop.
He also got Canticle of Hate.
Yes, Canticle of Hate. I'll note too, I did do both of his invocations last turn, so we got a command point back, and this squad of Fire Warriors has a 5-up Feel No Pain, which could come in handy as these guys are about to slaughter them. Okay, so that's where we are. We'll go into the shooting phase. Firing down here is mostly done. The chaplain fired in with his Melta, did not hit the Cadre Fireblade. The attack bike split fire took out 3 or 4 of the Pathfinders down here, and then took out 2 drones and 2 Fire Warriors up top. And then this squad fired in and took out 5 Fire Warriors down here, just the Shah's Way left. Swinging around over here, we're coming to this bike squad. They're firing everything into the Crisis team, starting with the Meltas.
So 3 Meltas, hitting on 4s, re-rolling everything because they have been chapter mastered.
Yes. So 3 hits, and these will be 3s to wound because toughness 5.
All right.
All 3 wound.
Minus 4. Actually 5 because of Assault Doctor.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have to take these. I could save them on a 4-up invulnerable save, but I'm just going to kill my 3 drones.
Okay.
And then we'll have some bolters firing in at them now.
10, 12 on 4s. Re-rolling.
Everything, yep. Okay, that's pretty good.
And then toughness on them?
5. So 5s to a wound.
It's 1, 2.
2 wounds. No, AP minus 1. So these will be the 4-up saves either way. And I take 1 damage. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm going to save a reroll if I need it. All right, let's see.
Sammy.
Oh, ready to go? Sam.
Yeah, so he is rapid fire 4 on his quad store bolters. So
Okay.
Rapid fire 4 within half range. That'd be 8 shots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 8 shots hitting on 2s. All but 1.
Okay, not bad.
Wounding on 5s, however.
Wound.
That's 1 at no AP.
1.
I mean, 1 at minus 1.
1 at minus 1. Fails. Okay, another damage.
And then D3 shots.
Oh yeah, with his big gun. For 1.
Should I command point that? How many wounds does the one have left?
He has 2 wounds left.
2 wounds left. I'll keep it.
Okay.
2 to hit.
Hits.
Wounding on a 3. That's a 3.
And the AP on whatever this
Minus
is?
3.
Okay, so 4 up. I want to command point that.
Okay.
Since I haven't yet.
Make it.
Got it. Okay, so they're all alive. I think that's all the shooting.
Yes,
We'll
charges.
come back with some charges.
I'll go right.
We are in the midst of the charge phase. These guys just made it in with a 4-inch charge. Chaplain made it into the Fire Warriors up top, but now Samael has charged. The bike squad advanced, so they couldn't charge to stop the overwatch, but we're overwatching here. Hitting on 6s. We'll start with the fusion blasters, because why not? 6s to hit. That's 1. Yeah, I'll save my reroll. Alright. Toughness.
Toughness 6, I believe.
Okay, so a 3 to wound. That is a 1 to wound, which I get to reroll with T'au Sept.
Toughness 5, but...
Okay, it does wound. So, invulnerable save.
Emperor, be with me. No. Well, how much damage is that?
D6 plus 2.
If
I'm within 9.
I'm a command... Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
So I'm a command point that.
Do you have... With that one, do you have 1 left?
Yes.
Okay, 1 command point left. Rerolling.
Okay.
He had a...
That's clutch.
Okay, yeah. He needed a 4. And now we'll fire these missile pods. Hitting on 6s. I actually haven't used my... yeah, I'll save it. Nah, I'm going to roll for a 6. I need to do more damage. Okay. These will wound on a 3 as well. Does wound.
No.
AP minus 3, so...
I failed it.
Failed it. Okay, so 2 damage.
Okay, so I'm down to 6.
Down to 6 wounds.
Don't you want to see the charge?
Yeah, let's see. He needs a 9.
Watch this 9-inch.
That is not a 9. You have a command point left.
No, I
Oh yeah,
spent
you
2.
already re-rolled. Yeah. Okay. So no charge for Samael. It is the end of the turn for the Dark Angels. I will note that we had combat here and he wiped everything out, and then after I pulled all the models, I remembered I had Sense of Stone, 5 up or 5 up Feel No Pain, and Austin was gracious enough to let me roll those, which did end up saving 2 guys, and then I spent 2 command points for them to pass morale, so they stayed there and deny him some points. I passed morale here and on the Pathfinders. Other combat, these guys, a couple of these guys got, or one guy actually only got killed up here, and yeah, that was it. So with these 2 guys surviving, the Dark Angels get 1 point for the objective they're holding in the back, so it'll be 5-2 going into T'au turn 2. Movement phase has concluded for the T'au. Our 2 Fire Warriors down here fell back out of combat. These guys, the Fire Warrior and Aun Lee, the Ethereal, and his drones shifted back, consolidating on this objective a little bit. Over here, the Pathfinders moved back into cover. Our Cadre Fireblade advanced up onto the roof, and these Fire Warriors are going to stay in combat. I'm going to probably spend some command points, let them shoot into combat. And then over here, the stealth team also stayed in combat. They're battle suits, so they can shoot into combat. And then these guys shifted up just a little bit. I got 2 of them within range of the objective, and now they're all within 9 inches melt to range of targets over here. So that's it for the T'au. We have to just hold out and deny these 2-point objectives to the Dark Angels as long as we can. We'll see if we can pull off any miracles for the greater good in our shooting phase. We've had a lot of shooting going on. I actually fired marker lights, 1 from the drone, both from the Pathfinders, and they all missed. I rolled 2s and 1s on everything, so no marker lights went out. This Fire Warrior down here did kill the attack bike that was on 1 wound, and then the Pathfinders damaged the other one. The Cadre Fireblade also shot at them and did nothing, and the drones fired into the Knights because they were the closest target and did nothing. Coming down here, stealth suits firing into combat. I fired the burst cannons. They killed the one that was wounded and did another damage, and now I'm firing the fusion blaster in there. So hits on a 5 because we're in combat. I actually used my reroll already, so no rerolls. Okay, so it missed. But moving on, Crisis Team firing everything into the bike squad there. You have 1 command point left.
And you bet I'm going to spend
Okay,
it.
so these will be hitting on 5s. We'll start with our 6 fusion blasters. Hitting on 5s.
There you
We've
go.
got 3. I'm going to save my reroll. These will be 3s to wound. And you are the closest eligible unit, so I get to reroll 1s. It's a wound. So they all wound. AP minus a lot, 4, but you have invulnerable saves because you advanced.
4 ups. Yeah. Oh no.
You failed 2, so it's minimum D3 or D6 plus 1 at this range. So 2 of them will die.
D6 plus 1?
Yeah, for Melta. The fusion blasters are Melta guns, basically.
Okay, so D6 plus 1, they have 3 wounds apiece. So
right.
if you roll 1s.
Oh, wait. D6 plus 2. I'm sorry.
D6 plus 2. Okay,
yeah.
yes.
It's regular, yeah. Same as their fusion blasters are the same as Melta rules. So 2 go, but we have 6 missile pods coming in now, hitting on 5s. Hitting on 5s. I'll save my reroll still. So 4 hits, wounding on 3s. I can reroll 1s to wound, and I can reroll 1 with T'au Sept. So 4 wounds at AP minus 3 because you're the closest unit.
Oh no! Okay, how
and
much
they're
damage?
2 damage each.
Oh, okay. Well, he lives.
Well, they're AP minus 3.
Oh,
so you need... Oh, that's right. Invulnerable save. I forgot. Okay, so he is alive on 1 wound.
Yes!
And that is all of my shooting. Let's see if I want to do any ridiculous charges at this point. The T'au turn has concluded. I did spend a command point so they could fire into combat with point blank volley. They took a wound off, and they actually took another wound off in combat, and they only lost 1 of their own. In combat back here, the stealth team and the bike did nothing to each other. And this is the aftermath. So we're going to get 2 points for the objective down here, plus 3 points for our home objective. So it'll be 10-2 at the end of T'au turn 2. Now the question becomes, can they hold off the onslaught of the Dark Angels in their turn 3? Movement phase has concluded for the Dark Angels. The Apothecary healed the bike and revived 1. The Chaplain fell out of combat. He is still within range of the objective, 5 inches vertically and 1 inch horizontally. The Knights moved in on the 2 poor Fire Warriors just huddling under that balcony. And then the bikes moved up to surround Aun Lee and his drones. Swinging down to the far end of the battlefield. This bike stayed still, this one stayed in combat, and Samael moved up to engage the Crisis team.
He also chapter mastered.
Oh yeah, he chapter mastered himself. He can select a character or core unit. So he gave himself all the rerolls. Alright, let's move into some shooting. Over here, the attack bikes fired in, took out the whole squad of Fire Warriors, and the Apothecary shot up and took out the drone up here. So we are now contesting this objective. The bigger story though, the bikes came in, fired in. The 2 drones intercepted the blasts as a hover drone flew down and picked Ethereal Aun Lee up and flew him to safety. But we are in the midst of some shooting over here. This guy just fired in. We fired his bolters in already. Took 1 wound off, actually spent a command point to save that crisis suit, but now he's firing his Melta in. See if he can take this guy out. He's hitting on 2s because he stayed still. That's a hit, and it'll be a 3 to wound. That is a wound. 4 up.
-5.
Invulnerable save, which I make. Okay.
Okay.
So he is alive. It's going to be up to Samael to take out the Crisis team. Stormbolter from Samael.
Rerolling
because
chapter master.
Chapter master.
That's what we like
1
to see.
miss.
On 5s.
5s to wound. I see 3, 4.
At -1.
-1. So 4 4s. To keep the 1 guy alive. Ooh, and I've spent my command points, so he does go down. But nobody else takes any damage.
Alright. And D3 shots with the cannon.
For 2.
2 shots. They have 4 wounds apiece?
Yeah. Well, the Shaz Vray is my champion, so he has 6.
Okay. So. Hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s.
They both hit.
Wounding on 3s.
3s. 1 wound. You have
1 command.
1 command point.
I'll spend it.
Okay. It works. AP?
Minus
a
3.
lot. So yeah, 2 4-ups. I fail 1, pass 1.
2 damage.
2 damage. Okay. So 1 guy's dead. 1 is on 2 wounds left. Now we go to the charge phase. Several charges around the board, but we're going to kick it off. Samuel is in here against the Crisis team, striking away.
Hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s.
2s. 1 reroll. He's got it.
Strength 8. So
3s.
on 3s.
They all wound. That's 5.
AP minus 4.
So 5 4-up saves. 2 damage each.
Yes.
That was bad. I want to...
You got 2 left.
Do you have any other attacks coming in from him?
No.
All right, I'm going to save it because this will kill the first one. And that'll be... I'm sorry. This will kill the first one. And then the other guy will have 2 wounds left because he's the champion. So we'll just leave it at that. All right. So 2 wounds left on my champion. We'll go on and do some other cleanup charges down on the other end. So turn is concluded. They charge the Fire Warrior. He's dead. They charge the 2 Fire Warriors. They're dead. They charge the 2 Pathfinders. They are dead. And then down here, the stealth team actually took a wound off the bike and did not take any damage back. Samael did his thing, fought back and took a wound off, actually. That's why that guy's the champion. He's moving up in the world. But with that, 2 points, 4 points, 5 points. So it is 10-7 at the end of Dark Angel's turn 3. Let's see what the T'au can muster going forward. We're basically at the end of the shooting phase for the T'au. Cadre Fireblade moved forward a little bit, fired down into the Chaplain. Didn't do anything. Over here, though, the stealth team, they were able to take out the last bike, firing into combat. And then over here, my champion fired his 2 fusion blasters in. I spent a command point to reroll 1, but he hit with both and wounded with both. So 2 4-up invulnerable saves, or Samael gets slagged by fusion.
Yeah. Oh no!
And you have no command points.
No!
And it's at this range, with 5 wounds left, it's D6 plus 2. So Samael is fusioned into oblivion.
Oh,
This
unfortunate.
is... That was
That's
for the
big.
greater good,
Yeah, that's
for
big.
sure. Okay, so that concludes the T'au turn. There's nothing else I can do. I'm
don't
not
charge?
yeah, I'm not charging off the top of the roof. He'll stand gloriously for the greater good and force you to fire multi-meltas into him. But at the conclusion, no points down here. That's contested. But the T'au will get 2 points, which will make it 12-7 going into Dark Angel's turn 4. Turn 4 has concluded for the Dark Angels. The Chaplain was not able to kill him in combat. I actually spent a command point to reroll a 5, and I passed it. So he survives and contests this objective, which means the Dark Angels get 2, 4, 5 points. The attack bikes moved up here. They were able to kill 1 stealth team guy and wound another. These guys missed with their shots. But with those 5 points, it makes it 12-12 going into T'au turn 4. We have the slimmest of hope remaining for the greater good. Let's see what happens. T'au turn 4 has concluded. I advanced 2 inches, which was just enough to get this guy in range. It would have been better if I could have, swung him around and hid them a little bit. But I did get this, so 2 points. I spent a command point on Dynamic Offensive, I think it's called. So he auto-advanced 6, didn't have a penalty when he shot. He moved up here. He fired in at these guys, didn't do any damage. The burst cannon over here also fired in, didn't do anything. And then last thing, the Cadre Fireblade fell out of combat just to make the Dark Angels have to kill him on their turn. But with these 4 points, it makes it 16-12. With 1 turn remaining for the Dark Angels. Let's see if they can score enough to take out the T'au. At the end of turn 5 for the Dark Angels, there are no T'au left on the battlefield. The Dark Angels found out that Sunars had come and taken this planet away from the Imperium, and there may have been some fallen, perhaps, involved with the handover of this planet peacefully to the T'au. They came in with a plan, and with their overwhelming speed, were able to outmaneuver the T'au. Ethereal Aun Lee, not a battlefield commander, more of a politician, was not able to handle the tactics of the Space Marines. He retreated after being almost surrounded by a bike squad to live to fight another day, and now he needs to call in some reinforcements from Bravestand and Skyfire to see if they can counter this newly launched offensive here on Alan's Respite. I really enjoyed that game. It came down to the last turn. Some cool stuff happened. My crisis suit fusion blasting Samael in the face there at the end was pretty sweet as payback for my Aun Lee getting melted into the face. Yeah, so we both our warlords felt the heat of the enemy weaponry. But yeah, it was a good game. Really close. I really liked the list that you brought with all the bikes. I love bikes. First of all, just no secret there. But yeah, how they rushed in. Maneuverability is so important in Ninth Edition. Yeah, so the bikes came in and pressured the front line while the Terminators teleported into the back line and sandwiched everything over here. My only chance was to just hold out long enough to deny you these 2-point objectives.
And you almost did.
And I very close, like it was close. I almost was able to pull it off. Actually, on my first turn, I had a Fire Warrior squad over here, and I was debating, do I advance them this way to try to rush onto an objective down there, or do I leave him back here? I ended up bringing him back. It would have taken until turn 5, even with advance rolls, for them to get down to the other end. And that's what we were talking about, again, off camera. That's what I said, like, obviously going first is super important.
Yeah.
But if my Riptide or my Devilfish would have survived turn 1, I think I would have been okay. I think I could have made it. I think it would have given me a chance to win at the end. Obviously, I wasn't unable to do it, but without the maneuverability of the Devilfish, I had nothing to back up the stealth team and the crisis team that could come in down there. So I had no real way to threaten those 2-point objectives. And then I just, with all the bikes with their small arms and all the Melta, I just couldn't withstand anything. I really should have done a better job protecting the Riptide at the beginning of the game. I should have, and again, we talked about this. I put him right here. I needed to have my objectives covered, so I didn't want to, leave some stuff back. I wanted everything to be on objectives, was my thought process with there. But I could have moved them forward, but again, it would have been the same thing because the Melta bikes the multi-Melta bikes were all the way up here in turn 1. They had their choice of shooting the Devilfish or the Riptide. They shot the Devilfish because we had the Deathwing Knights back here to do a charge. I don't know that I could have done a ton differently that would have saved me. I probably should have used. I had a couple stratagems I didn't use where I could have reduced your charge by 2 inches into the Riptide. The roll actually still would have worked either way. I said that afterward, but I thought it was a great game. What are your thoughts?
It was a good game. You played well. Maybe you underestimated my speed because I feel like if you put a lot of your foot slogger troops up front to block me from getting so close turn 1, that would have really swayed the way of the game. Going first is really what my plan would not have worked if I didn't go first, and so it all kind of just went down to that first dice roll because if you went first, you would have gotten position and screened me, and just it would have been rough getting in there and getting in tight in your deployment zone. Another thing I did was I kept Samael and that Apothecary and the bike squad in the back here because I knew you had those battle suits. Mm-hmm. So I could have moved them up turn 1, but it was either you were going to drop them back here and I was going to bring the fight to you over there, or you were going to drop them back here to give yourself some more support, and they would have been a second wave coming in. So holding them back was a good decision.
Yeah, I think you played it perfectly. I really don't think you could have done anything better. The only thing We were joking about this. The chaplain really struggled this game. Like he was rolling ones. He rolled a 2 to melt my. It was bad. It was bad. He struggled. Other than him, I mean, yeah, I don't think you could have played it any better. And I did underestimate the speed. I knew the bikes were fast, obviously, but the stratagems to move twice.
I forgot to tell you about that one. I'm
No,
sorry.
oh no, I don't. I
Pre-game
don't.
Move.
No, that's fine. I like finding out about it that way. It makes it stick out in my head, and it's. I mean, it's more interesting. Like Aun Lee doesn't know, the capabilities of Dark Angels. So it's interesting to just see that stuff as it happens in the game. And it wasn't like a gotcha moment where it's like, oh, by the way, I can, instantly destroy everything, whatever, something like that. I thought it was awesome. Yeah, and thematically, I thought it was really cool because, the T'au have been on this planet for a while. The governor, whoever was in charge of the planet, handed it over through diplomacy. And the Death Guard, jeez. The Dark Angels came in. This is like the vanguard of their force. So the Raven Wing rushes in first, shoots things to pieces, and then the Deathwing teleports in behind to come in and just crush anything that's remaining. But yeah, great game. I was also joking. MVP of the game would have been the 2 Terminators. They literally sat there the whole time. I think we showed them on camera once. They literally did nothing, but they scored 5 points. They scored 1 point every battle round. So that came down. It was close. Even if you wouldn't have shot my 2 units off the board at the end, I couldn't have. I don't think there would have been anything I could have done. I would have been down just too many points. It would have taken a miracle. But
what's
yeah.
extremely funny about those Terminators is I actually won a game against White Scars for the exact same thing.
Nice.
It was a squad of 10, not 10, 5 Thunderhammer Storm Shield Terminators just sitting on a backfield objective.
And that's scoring points is how you win the game. So those 2 guys you could have teleported them back here and they could have smashed other stuff, but literally if you didn't have those 5 points, the T'au would have won, even with the tabling. I would have had more points at the end. But and that again speaks to the speed and maneuverability and how important that is, because the bike squad that killed the stealth team was back here on this objective, like 2 turns prior to them killing them. So yeah, it's maneuverability. That's what it's all about. You got to be able to move. That's why Montcaw, I think, is going to reign supreme for the T'au in 9th edition.
I haven't seen anybody play Beyond.
Yeah, I tried it once. Didn't go that well. But yeah, awesome game. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Perfect. Me too. That was a great one. Really enjoyed it. Thanks for coming. Thank you out there for watching. Like, subscribe if you would. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, we definitely appreciate you watching Slider Games. Have fun.